Hello everyone, welcome to YouTube channel Learn with Gisela. In this video of squares and square roots, we are going to learn about finding the squares and square roots of terminating decimals. So let's get started. Now 4 square is equal to 16, right? So if we have to find a square of 0.4, so we can say it is 0.16. Why it is so? You just have to multiply the number by itself, that is 0.4 into 0.4. So remove the decimal point. So 4 by 10 into 4 by 10, which is equal to 16 by 100. Now if we have to convert into decimal form, we have to count the number of zeros in the denominator. It is 2 over here. So we need to put the decimal point after 2 places. So it will become 0.16. So this is how we can say that square of 0.4 is 0.16. Another example, 7 square is 49. So if we take a number 0.7 square, we can say it is 0.49. Why it is so? Because a number multiplied by itself, that means 0.7 into 0.7 is equal to 7 by 10 into 7 by 10. 7 into 7 is 49, 10 into 10 is 100. Now there are two zeros over here in the denominator, so put the decimal point after two places, so we shall get 0.49. Let us take one more example. 8 square is equal to 49. 0.8 square will be 0.64. 0.8 into 0.8 is 8 by 10 into 8 by 10, which is equal to 64 by 100, which is equal to 0.64. Right? Now let me explain the logic behind it. Instead of doing the expansion and solving it, we can just do directly also. Like we know that 4 square is 16. So just write down the number in the square, that is 16, and now count the decimal places. Over here it is 1, over here it is 2. That means we just have to double the number of places and it will form the place in the square number. Similarly over here 7 square is 49. There is one place over here, so it will become two places of decimal point over here in the square. 8 square is 64. Just write down the number, count the decimal places. It is 1. So over here it will become 2. Now let me take another example where there are two places of decimal. Suppose 12 square is 144. So if we take a number 0.12 whole square, so we can say it is 0.0144. How it is so? See, 12 square is 144. Just simply write 144 and now count the decimal places. It is two places over here. Now it will become four places over here. So let us count over here. Yes, so already three numbers we had. So to make it four places, we have to insert 0 over here. So total we have four places of decimal. So basically what we are doing is we are doubling the number of places in the number. So we are getting 4 over here. So we have to insert the decimal point over here after the four places. We can expand and check also. 0.12 into 0.12. Two decimal places will give us 100 in the denominator. 12 by 100 into 12 by 100, which is equal to 144 by 10,000. Now which is equal to 0.0144. Now there are four places of decimal over here. So we will count the decimal places 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have to insert 0 over here, right? Now 15 square is 225, right? So 0.15 square will be 0.0225. How it is so? 15 square is 225. Further count the decimal places 1 and 2. Now 2 into 2 is equal to 4. So over here 1, 2, 3 and the fourth place we will insert the 0 and put the decimal point. We can check also. 0.15 into 0.15 is 15 by 100 into 15 by 100, which is equal to 225 by 10,000, which is equal to 0.0225, right? So over here after four decimal places, you can say after four places we have put the decimal point. Now let me take an example where there are three places of decimal. So over here let me take a number 0.018 square. So it will become 0.000324. How it is so? See, 18 square is 324. Just write down the number. Now there are three decimal places in the number. 3 into 2 is 6. Three numbers are already there. So we will insert three more zeros over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now total 6 places we have got. So we will put the decimal point after these 6 places. So square of 0.018 is 0.000324. Over here also we can check by expanding it. 0.018 into 0.018 is equal to 18 by 1000 into 18 by 1000, which is equal to 324 by 6 zeros. Now 6 zeros are there, so we need to insert the decimal point after 6 places. So 3, 4, 5 and 6. So total 6 places. After 6 places we have inserted the decimal point. So this thing is understood by everyone. Squares of terminating decimals. Now we are going to learn how to find square roots of terminating decimals. Now we have already learned the square of the decimal numbers, like 0.4 whole square is equal to 0.16. Like I have already explained, because there is 4 square, we can write 16 over here, then count the number of decimal place. 1 is there, so 1 into 2, we will have 2 decimal places over here. So this is how we calculated the square of a number. Now suppose I say square root of 0.16. It's a perfect square number. I have to find its square root. I will say it is equal to 0.4. So over here, exactly opposite you have to do. A square root of 16 is 4. Just write down 4 over here. Count the number of decimal places. It is coming 2. Now divide 2 by 2 and it is coming 1. So only one decimal place will come over here in the square root number. Right? Let me take another example. 0.7 whole square is 0.49. So suppose I have to find the square root of 0.49. I will say it is 0.7, because 49 square root of 49 is 7. Further count the decimal places, it is 2, so it will come 1 over here. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Further, 0.8 square is 0.64. If I have to find the square root of 0.64, I will just say it is equal to 0.8. Why? Because square root of 64 is 8. Further count the decimal point, it is 2 places. So over here it will come 1 place. Just you have to half the number of decimal places. Now let me take an example where 2 decimal places are there in the number. 0.12 whole square is 0.01444. How it is so? Because 12 square is 144. Further there were 2 places of decimal, so it came 4 places over here. Right? This we have already learnt in the previous slide. Now if we have to find the square root of 0.0144, I know that it is 0.12. Why? Because square root of 144 is 12. Now count the number of decimal places. It is coming 4. Now 4 divided by 2, it is 2. So over here, if it is 4 places, in the square root number it will be 2 places. Similarly, if I have to find square of 0.15, it is 0.0225, and suppose I have to find the square root of this number 0.0225, I can say it is 0.15, because square root of 225 is 15. Now count the decimal place, it is coming 4, and further it will be 2 over here in the square root number, right? So we just have to half the number of decimal places, right? So this is understood. Now suppose I take another case where there are 3 places over here and I have to find the square, suppose, so it will be 6 places. Now if I have to find the square root of this number 0.00324, I can say it is 0.012. Why it is so? Because square root of 324 is 18, and if I count the number of decimal places, it is 6 over here. So 6 divided by 2, it is 3. So it will be 3 decimal places over here. 2 already number is there, right? And one more I have added, inserted 0 to make it 3 decimal places, right? Now let me revise squares and square roots of terminating decimals. So the rule says in case of squaring of decimals, double the number of places of decimals. For example, if there are 3 places, we have to double it. 3 into 2, that is 6 places we will get in a square number. And in case of square roots of decimals, we have to halve the number of places of decimals. So if there are 6 places, we will divide 6 by 2 and we will get 3 places in the square root number. Let me take an example. So we have 0.018 whole square. If we have to find 18 square is 324. Further, there are total 3 decimal places. So 3 into 2 is 6. So I will get 6 places of decimal over here. I have to insert 3 zeros to get more places of decimal point, right? Now over here, if I have to find the square root of the same number 0.000324, I will say square root of 324 is 18. Further, there are total 6 places over here, right? So it will become 3 places in the square root number. Let me take another example. Suppose there is 0.25 whole square. Now 25 square is 625. Further, there are how many places? There are 2 places, so it will become 4 places in the square number. So I will insert one more 0 to get the 4th place and I will put the decimal point, right? Now suppose I have to find the square root of this number, say 0.0625. I will say that square root of 625 is 25. Further, there are total 4 places. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I will get 2 places of decimal over here in the square root number. Now let me take another example. See, I have to find the square of 2.6. Now 26 square is 676. There is one decimal place over here, so it will become 1 into 2, 2 decimal place over here in the square number. If I have to find the square root of 6.76, what I will do, I will simply write the square root of 676, that is 26. Count the number of decimal places, it is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I will put the decimal point after one place, right? So this is understood. So in this video, we have basically learned about the squares and square roots of terminating decimals. So this is it. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Please do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you everyone. Have a good day ahead.